T minus 1 minute. T minus 50 seconds. T minus 40 seconds. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Own it, own it, own it, Kong. I own it. It did.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
What is going on, you guys? This is Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Of course, we are here, the Salt Shakers, stepping into the Salt Shakers den, the den of all, honey, Impact Wrestling post show. And as you can see, Nikki is in a very different, closed location.
I just left PW Revolver, a night of Moxbury for those who are following the hashtag. I have a lot of stuff to post. So excited about that. Really great promotion. I mean, flooded with Impact. Steve Macklin, Rich Swann, Sami Callihan, of course. And then even some AEW in Ring of Honor. You got Yuya and Marina and Moxley, of course. It was a lot that transpired, but we are here to talk about Impact. Jesus, you see, I got my Trey shirt on.
You do, Spider Trey. Well, you're not the only one who was wearing his symbol tonight, I will say, on Impact wise.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into it once we get closer to. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Of course, we start out with BTI, Adrian Prince versus Jonathan Gresham. This was a really, really good match to have and take place on BTI. I wasn't expecting to see this match here, but from the look of it, it was really good. But what was even more interesting was after the fact, Jonathan Gresham did win. He goes on to say that, when I signed to Impact Wrestling, I left a company that I wasn't happy with, and I looked and I searched around and I came here to Impact because I wanted to face some of the most talented people in that locker room. And so he issues out a challenge for No Surrender. And he challenges Speedball Mike Bailey to a match at No Surrender. Now, you've been following them two on the indies wise. This wouldn't be the first time we've seen Jonathan Gresham and Speedball in a match, but it'll be more so something that's like televised on Impact Wrestling and taking place at No Surrender. So, I mean, I'm very excited to see what these two come together and bring for No Surrender. I don't know if it's going to be on the pre-show, or if it's going to be like in the actual show, or what they're going to be trying to do, over the next course of weeks leading up to No Surrender. But I'm excited. I'm interested in seeing what they're gonna do, child. I don't know. Praise the Lord. But that was pretty much what kind of happened on BTI as far as the match wise. We get here, the opening of the show. This was absolutely like a way to open up the show. These four gentlemen did an absolute amazing job. Like, I mean, I am upset that I did not get to see this match in person. Like, I am jealous for those who were able to see the Bullet Club's Ace Austin and Chris Bay, who won the tag titles tonight at the PW Revolver show. So shout out to them. With Gia Miller out there holding both titles. So it was really cute. And
good time too.
yeah. And facing Kevin Knight and Kushida, who have been killing it down
Yeah.
in New Japan and everything. I don't have no bad words to say. I would say that this was match of the night. For me, that cutter that Chris Bay gave to Kevin and the way that he sold it, definitely a highlight and a moment that people need to go back and watch. If you did,
Yeah.
they did an amazing job. Although the Bullet Club did pick up the victory, I don't know. I'm hoping that this is not the last time we do see Kevin and Kushida in Impact Wrestling. To be honest, I think there'll be a really nice addition to the tag team division there as well. It kind of seemed as if like Kevin and Kushida were being a little bit of heels, and Bullet Club was like, really tapping into that face domain of theirs. So
they are over with the crowd.
they are. They really really are. But yeah, that was pretty much what happened with them. And then, girl, we get this here. Obviously, Sami Callihan failed at phase 3, which was to bring that title back to the design. And well, they're putting him up to another test leading up to into tonight's main event. So, did he pass? I don't know. We'll just have to see when we get there, child. Because I hate that he just went over there with them. I hate it so much. I don't know. But this is Women's Wrestling Talk, and we have a new, I guess, knockout joining the locker room. Steph Delander, who was known as Persia in NXT for WWE. Of course, we know she was released and everything, and she's been floating around a little bit in the indies, but she's landed her way over in Impact. And Gail Kim did say that eventually we're going to be seeing some of the locker room of the women's division, of the Knockouts division, expand over the next course of weeks. And maybe this is what she meant, but we don't stop here. Of course, the weeks continue to follow as we know some things and some people who have showed up and popped up and everything like that. But she debuts next week. They gave her a nice video package. I will have to say, I thought it was a really nice way to sort of kind of, not just have her show up as just like somebody who's having a match, like really showcase like, okay, it's a possibility that she could be a part of the Knockouts division. So happy to see Steph, ready to see what she does. But seems like somebody is already on her radar, and we'll definitely get into that and see who that person was. But of course, the Black Widow, Giselle Shaw, is what Savannah Evans likes to call her. These two had an amazing match tonight with Giselle picking up the victory. It was really nice seeing Savannah really kind of come out there on her own now that Tasha Steelz has disappeared for various of unknown reasons. Nobody has absolutely no idea where she's went to, but Savannah is really, maybe this is where Savannah can really tap into being that singles competitor in the Knockouts division. But yes, of course, with the help of Ja over there, distracting the referee very flirtatiously, like Giselle Shaw ends up poking Savannah in the eye and kicking her using a super kick to end the match. But Giselle had a lot of things to say after the match, after she won, was more so like, well, you want to call me the Black Widow, and every tag team that I've aligned myself with, I can't help it that, the influence, with the influence. I can't help that, with Chelsea Green ran off and everything like that. Giselle was really talking her shit tonight.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
she was.
Like, I'm here to take out everybody. Every single last one of you.
I guarantee you, if it doesn't happen in the first Toronto or the first Canada showing, I guarantee you, come Rebellion, she might be Knockouts world champion. Like, she has so much that I feel like she's grown, and I do think that she's proving to be, like we said, to be the one to really watch out for this year. But not only this year, but just like period. She's really making a heavy stamp in women's wrestling, and it's really good to see because she's really good. She is.
I mean, the one we're supposed to be watching, we haven't even seen him. So don't know what's going on with that. But yeah, Giselle, she's definitely making her mark, and she is incredible. And this year could be the year of the quintessential diva. It really could be. So I don't know, man. It's possible that she could be, just depending on how everything aligns up. But we get here because obviously Kenny King is still upset at the fact that Speedball did beat him and that pit fight, and he overheard some guys backstage chatting about some things, and he takes the popcorn out the guy's hand, and he's like, "What y'all talking about? Yeah, the only thing you should be talking about is how I exposed Mike Bailey for being the crazy lunatic that he is." And then he continues on, and he meets with Ziggy Dice and Johnny Swinger, and this is so hilarious. But basically, Ziggy Dice puts Johnny in a situation where he has to step into the ring with Kenny King, and Johnny doesn't really wrestle. You know, I don't know why Ziggy did this, but
Ziggy's a funny man. I want to give Ziggy a really big shout out because he has a new promo. If you guys have not watched it, it's on his page. This man is literally a mastermind. Um, and it's the funniest shit. Shout out to Kenny King for signing with Impact.
Mhm.
I think this could actually be. I think I would have to throw Kenny King in that category with a Giselle. Like honestly, like he's somebody you want to you. I think me personally, I'm not the biggest Kenny King fan, but he's definitely someone you want to watch because he's sneaky. Like he's very sneaky and conniving, and he's also he can be very strong in the ring.
He can he can be narcissistic as well. He knows how to get up under your skin. Him walking up will just piss me off. No lie. But yeah. So we get here with Shelton John versus Crazy Steve. Really quick match to get through. Nothing too major. Something to give Crazy Steve a little bit of momentum, but did it really because although he did win the match, Trey Miguel comes out and attacks Crazy Steve. Well, he thought he was going to be able to put his signature on him after he attacked him, but Crazy Steve turned it around and was like, my guy, I'm going to do it myself. And Trey is backed in the corner, scared, and then he runs off. He runs off after this.
I love this outfit.
It's cute.
Trey's outfit is just so fucking just. I love it.
Yeah, and it's just like, child. Trey, I don't know how much longer you're gonna be running, my guy. I don't know how many attacks you're gonna be doing on people, before you get caught. So I don't know, but let's continue to move on because we'll find out eventually where this leads to with Crazy Steve and Trey Miguel. Joseph said if looks could kill, Trey looked like he saw a ghost when Crazy Steve wants that X Division championship. That is very true. And well, you might get it. Who knows? So we meet up backstage again with Gia Miller and Jordan Grace, the Juggernaut. Of course, she asks her about
Girl,
what?
you did not have to add that.
That's what they call her. She's a Juggernaut.
That shit is disgusting.
They refer to Jordan Grace.
I don't give a damn what they call it. Woman.
I'm just
I
gonna
don't
roll
want
with
it.
it. That's her nickname. That's
I
the moniker
don't want
they
to
give
hear
her.
it.
Her name is Jordan Grace, the Juggernaut. And the Juggernaut obviously knows that Mickey James does have the number one contender match. Well, has the match with the number one contender, Masha Slimovich.
True.
Jordan, she just pretty much like, you know what? Whatever the outcome is, if it is Masha, if it is Mickey, whoever it is who I'm going to be facing. But I see we have a new knockout joining us next week. And well, she issued out a challenge to Steph, and what's to Steph, and it's going to happen next week. I would have to say in her debut match, and why not go against someone like the Juggernaut, Jordan? Jordan.
Play the Nene Leaks. Because you know I can't play it.
Okay.
Play it. Please play it. Lord. Like every time. Every damn time. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Why?
Let me get my drink. Because this stuff pissed me off.
Why you hate it?
Because it sounds so stupid.
The Juggernaut, Jordan Grace. Me personally, I don't see anything wrong with it. I thoroughly enjoy it, actually. I think it's quite entertaining, to be honest, if you think about it.
Well, I hope she gets a win.
Oh, Lord, they don't
She's probably not. But
well, I don't know. I didn't look at the spoilers. But we'll
I
find
don't even listen. I could look at them spoilers 18 times and still not remember. I could be at the show and y'all have seen this live.
Well, sometimes, Nikki, you don't even be paying attention.
No, I don't. I don't. I really don't.
So we get back here. Of course, Raven is sitting down chilling. And Santino walks up and he wants to get some advice on how to kind of continue to move Impact in the right direction and everything. And well, Raven jokingly or maybe sarcastically or seriously say, make me the champion. If you want more eyes, you want people come to see the champion, so make me the champion. And Santino's like, you know what? I get to you. I get back to you on that. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if people want to see him as champion. I mean, like, unless he's gonna get out there and wrestle, but I don't think that's gonna happen. And obviously, this guy must be Reese because he pops up afterwards, and we're just gonna leave it at that. But we get here because this is when things really start to get quite interesting. Bully Ray comes out. Of course, we know that Bully Ray is still upset at what happened at Hard to Kill. He still wants his title. He still wants the title. He's still upset that he's in denial of the fact that he was really the one in the main event. And obviously this is sparking a feud between him and Hardcore Country, your Impact Knockout World Champion Mickie James, who comes out and actually interrupts Bully Ray this time versus how he did her last time. And she was like, you know what? The last time we stood in this ring, I told you to get out of my ring. This time, I'm telling you to get the hell out of Impact. And so now everybody's like, get the hell out. Get the hell out.
I absolutely love this, though. I really do. And I genuinely think that Bully Ray is putting asses in seats. Mm-hmm. He is. 100%. This is TNA. This is a different history. This is Mickie James as a champion and Bully Ray not as a champion. Mm-hmm. Like, it is her ring.
It is.
If the roles were reversed and this was back in the early 2000s,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I love it though. I love it. And if anyone's going to the Las Vegas show, I think it's so fortunate to be able to get the Busted Open.
Yeah,
I think that is so neat and so candid, and that these two work like beyond them having this like tit for tat. The chemistry that these two have. Like we felt it even when we were at Hard to Kill Fallout, you know, when he was interrupted first. Mm-hmm. That was very monumental. So I love
it. Justin said, I can't stand Bully. It feels like we have a mini rivalry with Bully and Mickey over the fact that Mickey had to be the main event of Hard to Kill. If Bully was the main event in 2023, would people have cared even with Mickey willing to put her Impact job on the line? That is a nice, valid question. I mean, I don't know. Would they? Probably.
I don't think I would have, but to play devil's advocate, Josh Alexander is also in that match. So
Yeah.
he's included in that as well. So it's not just Bully making that point. Bully would not have just main evented, just like Mickey James wasn't the only one who main evented. Mickey and Jordan was bigger and is bigger, in my opinion, than Josh and Bully.
Yeah. Because this is like title versus career, you know.
There was nothing that it felt like it felt like time stopped in that moment. And I think that their match was we're gonna talk about their match in for the whole year into years to come because of
that match is gonna go on the top 25 list.
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, what's crazy is I'm not gonna say there hasn't been anything since then because obviously we're in the new year. It's only February.
Yeah.
There's just gonna be really that to me is gonna be that Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega men's match for everyone, for this year, and it was so early. I do think that Mercedes and Kyrie are gonna have a phenomenal match. If they main event, that would be those two matches would be going head to head in the first that's the first quarter of the year. Like that's crazy. But no, I think Mickey James is I don't think anyone's even sought the question of when this reign will end, because I think everyone has it pretty fixated in their mind. This reign is not going to end anytime soon.
No, not at all. Not by a chance. But of course, things end a little bit differently, or maybe the same way with Bully and Mickey, because Mickey does slap the hell out of Bully after he has threatened her on multiple occasions, and he did exactly what he said he was going to do once before, and that is slam Mickey James in the middle of the ring, and that is exactly what the hell he did. But not only did he want to do that, he wanted to put Mickey through a table. We all know that Bully Ray is very fond of hardware. And when you need hardware, you got to have good hands. And so the good hands decide they want to come out and also assist Bully Ray in putting Mickey James through this table. They didn't get there too fast because Tommy Dreamer comes out and basically he saves Mickey James from being put through that table by Bully and the good hands. And well, Santino Marella, our director of Authority, comes out and basically Tommy tried to make a match between Mickey and him to go against like the good hands and everything like that. But Santino's like, no, you don't get the call or make the matches here. I do. And so, he made a match official that next week it will be Mickey James and Tommy the Dreamer versus the Hand Boys or whatever they want to be called. And
I am happy for John Schuyler and Jason Hodge, because I do think that they're getting you're getting in the ring with Mickey James and Tommy Dreamer.
You are.
That's crazy to even think about. And Mickey James is just. I think this is a good way to let the women's division cool off, because Masha. I mean, and you can see this in the interview that we did with her. Masha has no personality.
No.
Why waste your weeks with? And Masha, if you ever want to come back on the show and pull that shit, you can come anytime you want to. But if you go back, she has no personality, and I I would not waste my time, you know, on promos with her. This match between her and Mickey James needs no build, needs no. I'm sure we'll get something,
Mm-hmm.
but I think Mickey James is on a different level, and I think she's gonna let the division kind of cool off a little bit and figure
Yeah.
some things out, and she's gonna kick into gear. And I do think that early prediction, I do think that Mickey James walks out of No Surrender, still that championship, and still giving it to the men.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Joseph said this Bully versus Mickey rivalry was a good way of keeping Mickey busy till we got to No Surrender. Masha doesn't do it for me. I agree with Nikki. I was shocked she won the Fatal 4-Way to get Mickey. Very much so. Really wasn't expecting that to happen either because I was like, all right. Now, second try, it was like, okay, she's coming back to get another opportunity at the title, and she loses. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be her third time trying to get this title, but except it's not Jordan, it's gonna be Mickey. So
What's so weird to me is that she's undefeated in anything that doesn't have to do with the championship.
yeah, but
Anything that has to do with the championship, she cannot. That's going to be her kryptonite in Impact
yeah,
Wrestling, is that she cannot capture the gold. If they put the strap on her,
mm-hmm,
which I don't think they are, let's
yeah,
just be honest. We're listen, and I said this before, and I'll say it again. When Mickey James beat Jordan Grace, that
mm-hmm,
either way,
yeah,
that whoever came out of that was
mm-hmm,
gonna be the standing tall.
yeah,
And I think that Jordan Grace losing made
mm-hmm,
more sense because she held the title since Slammiversary.
yeah.
So, but I feel bad for them though, to be honest.
I feel bad for who?
For the good hands, Mickey James is a tough cookie.
Yeah, I mean, but hey, you want to call yourself the good hands, you better put them to use. That's all I
And
got to say. Um,
amen.
Who knows? More. Speaking of more women, what I've already told y'all that they was gonna come a tag team eventually somewhere down the line. Killer Kelly said that well, if Taylor Wilde wants some more of me, then she could get some more of me.
Mm.
And Taylor comes in and say, well, the spirits are saying that baby girl, we in the ring together next to each other, not across. And then she somehow teleports the Death Dolls to where they are, and basically challenged them for a match next week. And
Mhm.
everybody's giggling. Rosemary and Taylor Wilde and Killer Kelly are giggling like this is some evil spirit shit they cooking up together. While Taya and Jessica are like, hey, I don't know about this. Like
Yeah.
y'all, y'all are really into this a little bit more than what you should be.
Shout out to Jessica really quick. She dominated in the scrambler, the speedball scrambler tonight. She
Mm,
didn't get the victory, of course. Speedball did, but man, when I tell you,
yeah.
Jessica
Mm-hmm.
is going crazy out here, and I think that this is so cute because it gives me like a Valentine, like, but also a Halloween kind of, like feel.
Concoction going on. I do like Taya's shirt though, top though. It's real cute and everything. It's like bring it all together. The love, the darkness of love. I guess I don't know, but this
I
this is
like that.
cute, right?
The darkness of love.
Boom. That's his Valentine's theme for me and Nikki. The darkness of love.
That is.
It's gonna be
We have
very edgy. It's gonna be very much this, to be honest. Very edgy
do we have a show that day?
on Valentine's Day. No, we don't. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't. We have to figure something out.
Yeah. But no, I'm here for it. Whatever they're gonna do, honey. I'm
Mhm.
good to. Of course, it's good to see Taylor Wilde back in the mix and stay relevant.
Yeah.
Killer Kelly's amazing talent. Very. I'm obsessed with her entrance. Like that shit is just like,
It was very cute.
oh my god, it's just immaculate. If you haven't seen the photos, Santana has some photos uploaded on her website. You can catch the website on Twitter in her
Mhm.
bio if you follow her. Holistic.
Yeah,
Holistic.
it's on my Instagram too, but don't nobody.
Yeah.
Y'all don't
But
hit
there's
follow.
more variety of her on your actual page.
Yeah,
They look
that's
good.
very true.
Yeah.
Thank you. I tried my hardest. I don't know when the next time when I go to a show. Um,
June will be here before you know it.
that is
For
very
Impact, that is.
that is true. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see, guys. Who knows? But yeah. So we get here for Kenny King and Johnny Swinger, which was short lived. Even Johnny Swinger tried to get a timeout within this match, but
Shortly.
there's no, there's no timeouts in wrestling.
No, there's not.
Kenny King, he honestly, truly, I don't even remember what the hell Kenny King said. No lie, because sometimes when he talks, I'll be tuning him out. I'm not gonna lie to you. And sometimes it's hard to listen to him speak.
Yeah.
No lie, but you can go back and watch their Twitter to figure out what he said. But Bully Ray catches up with Masha backstage, and basically he's kind of recruiting Masha because they both have the same common enemy, which is Mickey James currently at this time. And well, since he's barred from ringside next week, that doesn't mean that Masha Slamovich is. So obviously, he's gonna let Masha do his dirty dog business.
I can see it.
Well, we shall see what happens next week. Does Masha listens to Bully Ray and
No.
come out there, or does she do what the hell she want to do? You know,
That's a good question, though.
that is.
Stay ass in the back.
Okay, okay. So we get here,
Yeah.
and this is more so of like a. This is where Matt Cardona and Brian Myers bring in a lot of different people to very much listen to a song and video that he has prepared into response to his diss that he received from Joe Hendry last week. And I don't even know what's worse, Matt Cardona rapping or Brian Myers just in the background waving his hands from side to side. Like,
I love the major players, man.
just. And well, while there were a group of people there to watch, or so he thought was watching, he gets left with one person who obviously is in a major player's shirt and a huge fan and a great supporter outside of all the others that left. And well, here we are. I don't know. I don't know. This shit was awful. I don't know what's worse, this or Joe Hendry this. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of Joe Hendry, and yeah, but I would have to say that that whole Edge's bitch is what I've been calling them. Were edge heads for the longest. They are still edge heads to me. I don't care how they style their hair or whatever. They're
Oh,
edges, bitches. Whichever one they choose to be today. But yeah. So we get into next week. Don't mind how this look. It was a very rough night trying to find photos, y'all. I'm not gonna even lie. I don't know where the people that normally post photos at, but I'm gonna need y'all to get it together.
I think they were at, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. I think they were at Peter.
I rely on you guys to post these things for me because I'm not able to go to the show because
This is all next week too.
This is all next week.
So
next
good.
week we have the Good Hands versus Tommy the Dreamer and Mickey James. We have I'm gonna get to these two in the middle. But we have Joe Hendry versus Matt Cardona for the digital media title. We have Killer Kelly and Taylor Wilde versus the Deaf Dolls, and then we also have Steph Delander, who's gonna be making her debut, of course, against Jordan Grace. Now we get here because I waited till we get to Brian Myers and Dirty Dango. So here, there's going to be a fatal four-way number one contenders match
Correct.
taking place at No Surrender. But before we get to No Surrender, there are going to be 4 qualifying matches.
Yes.
Whoever wins between Brian Myers, Dirty Dango, Shira versus and PCO, Steve Macklin, Rhino, and Eddie Edwards and Heath. Those winners will be going to compete in a fatal four-way number one contenders match at No Surrender, and whoever wins that number one contenders match is the number one contender to face Josh Alexander, if he is still holding that title.
I'm gonna go Dirty Dango,
Mm-hmm.
Shira,
Mm-hmm.
Steve Macklin,
Mm-hmm.
Eddie.
Mm-hmm. All right. So first up next week, we are going to have Brian Myers versus Dirty Dango and Shira versus PCO.
Yeah.
And then probably the following week, we're going to have Steve Macklin versus Rhino, and then Eddie Edwards versus Heath. I want to say Heath Slater, but Heath.
These graphics are so cool.
It is. This is, what baffles me?
Yeah.
Is how Heath and Rhino are always somewhere in a goddamn match when it could be other people.
Yeah.
These are the most booked people that I ever see.
No, they are. No lie.
Of the Detroit Machine Gun Kellys.
Absolutely.
Who I didn't even see this week.
I don't even want, I'm not even going to bring up Ali Shelley. Fuck him. And he knows. That's the best person that I enjoy getting my shit off, honestly, with Mr. Alex Shelley. But no, I don't know. I think maybe if either Heath or Rhino win, I'm gonna be so pissed.
That'd be fucked though, to be honest. I would rather see this fatal four-way between Dirty Dango, because he did sign. It was announced this week that he did sign with.
That's why I picked him.
Wrestling. So I wouldn't mind seeing Dirty Dango. Of course, I'm gonna go for my granddaddy PCO.
Right.
Because we got to get PCO and Eddie in the match together. And Steve Macklin and Eddie Edwards.
Damn, you picking Eddie over Heath?
I am, because I really don't want to see Heath or Rhino in this match at all whatsoever.
Me neither.
No, not at all. So,
and what they should have done, they should have let this be a tag team match between Steve Macklin and Eddie Edwards on a team,
and
then they qualify.
Yeah,
and then that just knocks them both out, because I just feel like one-on-one, and people don't give Eddie enough credit, but one-on-one, Eddie can make anyone look fucking good. No one really talked about it last year, but that banger that him and Ace Austin put on, baby. And one thing Eddie Edwards don't do, he don't miss. And I'm not trying to take that from somebody else, but he really don't put on bad matches. He don't. Eddie is a cold ass man.
For him to still be going after all these years, you know what I'm saying? He does his thing, but my granddad
Gresham, what?
Still was not expecting.
That was not supposed to happen.
What?
Jesus.
What the fucking world? But my granddaddy gonna handle that. But we get to our main event here. The Design is Sami Callihan versus Josh Alexander, Frank Kazarian, Yua, and Rich Swann. And this was a really cool, match. It was all right. It wasn't anything that made me feel like, oh my God, should have been a main event type thing. But I mean, I get it. It was cool, it was straight. But I was very shocked that the Design and Sami Callihan won. Yua did get pinned in this match, and this is a very awful graphic. But this is what I had to screenshot from a video, because, I said, those who normally post the pictures for me, y'all was nowhere to be found. So I had to do it myself when I rely on you guys when I don't go to the shows, because then I just use my own photos and I don't have to rely on y'all. But because y'all disappeared on me, y'all better be here for tomorrow for Friday Night SmackDown. That's
No,
all
for
I'm saying.
real.
Otherwise, y'all had to see me outside. But yeah, so yeah, just disregard this photo. It looks terribly awful. It looks so weird in so many different ways. Um, I don't know, but yeah, the designer in Callahan won. So, and that brings us to the end of Impact. That's about it. Nothing else too much happened after this or anything like that. It's kind of shocking that they won,
Yeah.
and everything like that. But I mean, he passed the test, so he made it
Wow.
past stage four.
Oh, honey.
I wouldn't say Impact was a bad night. It was alright. It was cool.
It was pretty mellow.
It was straight. It was something easy to just kind of get through and
Yeah.
see what the hell going on and stuff like that. But next week, I think next week's gonna be pretty nice for Impact. In the weeks to come leading up to No Surrender, because they're gonna have like a big weekend. They're there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So like
Yeah. So they,
that's like a lot happening within that week.
yeah, they
Yeah.
have the No Surrender, and they have two Fallouts. Well,
Yeah. So they have Saturday and they have Sunday. So there's no telling there's a lot of matches and stuff gonna be happening. A lot of
yeah,
stuff.
because I don't think they. I think they're taking off.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a show in March besides the WrestleMania stuff,
Yeah.
and then of course they're doing two. They're doing that. They're doing Rebellion,
Mhm.
the second or third week of April,
Yeah.
and then the end of the month is Chicago,
Mhm.
and then I don't know what May is.
I think May. I don't think they have anything for May.
But I have no idea.
I don't think they have
But
anything
I
for.
do know, and I'm not spoiling anything, but I
Yeah.
do know that first week they're off. So
Yeah. And I don't see anything else. The only thing I see is of course Las Vegas stuff. Um, and then we know that Rebellion is going to be, I think, in March. I think so.
yeah.
Don't quote me, but I think so. But
Wait, Rebellion's April 16th.
okay,
Yeah. No, they don't have anything in March besides WrestleMania.
okay. Well, all right then. Yeah, they don't. Look, they don't have anything else. So, and neither do we. Uh, First and foremost, just want to say, if nobody here has said it yet, happy Black History Month.
Yes.
Just want to kind of clarify a few things before we get out of here. The fact that the post that you do see in regards to all of the Black women wrestlers that's on our page, if you read the caption, that was our last year's list, and that's who some of the people that we did highlight on that list and stuff like that. This year, our focus is on the Black content creators.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Those who don't get enough recognition and all this stuff there. So
Yeah.
that's what our focus is for this year. Last year was about the wrestlers, like all about them from past, present, and future, and so on and so forth. This year, it's all about the Black content creators. And that's exactly what we're planning and getting ready to do. And those are going to be those who will be highlighted will start going out real soon, and everything like that. But we do thank you guys so much for the support of that post, to be exact, because we got a lot of recognition and a lot of people who we did have on the graphic and everything like that, and things like that come support, and people who are supporters of those came to support as well. So that's really all it is, and that's all that we wanted to do for this year. So we do thank you for that. We won't be back until what, Sunday, for Nikki Bella Says I Do
Yeah.
and Turnbuckle Glam, y'all. So
Yeah.
yeah. But I won't be back here until today, Friday, for SmackDown and Rampage post show with Stephanie. So definitely come back for that. And then roll the week back over to Monday Night Raw with Nikki and I for the post show and everything. As for Nikki, you can always find her on Google, Nikki Bougie. But you can find her on Twitter and Instagram, of course. Which she always.
Yeah, I got some stuff that I posted from tonight. Not everything. A lot of Trey stuff. I have not posted. He's not on Twitter, if you didn't know. But man, crazy wild night, went longer than what it was supposed to. But but that's always a good thing, right?
It is.
But yeah, you can catch some of my stuff. I'll be posting periodically. Because the one thing that Sammy Callahan did say at the show that he was like overload with the posting and stuff. I think that's really good, especially for people like us who really do this as a hobby. Especially when it comes to like the the videography and the photography and stuff like that. So being able to have that is really cool. And yeah, y'all, I don't have a wrestling show. I don't have a wrestling show. I have Battle Slams coming up February the 19th. And that's about it. I'm probably gonna go to Mania, and that's it. I'll be here.
Yeah, I don't know where I'll be, wherever I'm supposed to be. As for me, of course, you can always Google me, Drian Santana, Drune. This way you can always find me. My photography page is definitely on my Twitter, which you can find it as well. Definitely continue to follow Women's Wrestling Talk. www.talkpod.com is where our website is. www.talkpod is Instagram, Twitter, all the socials and things like that. Continue to support. We just dropped an interview with Camille, so definitely go and check that out. Got some lot of people.
Dang, that was.
Yeah, they got that today. Yesterday. So definitely go check it out and things like that. Let us know your thoughts and stuff. Gonna be a lot of different things happening here for Women's Wrestling Talk. If you don't know that by now. But once again, we thank you guys so much for hanging out with us here. And as Nikki will always say, where's my fucking jacket?
Hey, she just got announced for PW Revolver. That's crazy.
Oh, that's awesome. Shout out to
Yes. But
all
yeah.
right, y'all. We're gonna get out of here. Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.